Hi, my name is Becky Helms, and welcome to My Artist Friend, a podcast all about the people behind the art you already love. This is my pilot episode, very first episode, and I thought it would be fun to kind of take you through who I am, why I'm even starting this podcast, and what to expect. So, as I said, my name is Becky Helms. I have been selling products that I made and designed since 2006. um, early early internet on Etsy, and I have a whole YouTube video and on my channel about how I started my shop. So I won't go into early details. You can always hop over there and hear that whole story. But today I want to tell you a little bit more about a transition that I had recently that led me into this podcast. So I had various stages of owning a creative business from 2006 to 2023. I sold full time, I sold part time, I took breaks and worked full time corporate jobs. I ran the gamut of it all. And in 2023, my husband and I decided to move from Austin, Texas to Ann Arbor, Michigan. And there were a lot of things that went into that decision. And I have a full explanation of that on Instagram that I can link to you, so I don't bother you with all of that, probably for a lot of reasons that you can expect. But in that transition, I decided we wanted to buy a house. So we were in the middle of a house hunt, and the idea of having to move my business across states just felt too much for me at the time. And we are privileged enough that my husband makes a wonderful income already on his health insurance. Or anyone in the US knows how important that is, especially as a small business owner. So I decided to liquidate the business, which helped pay for a good chunk in the house. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty great. And just be a stay-at-home mom because he's 8 at the time, but I have a son who is 9 now. And I knew from my experience moving as a teenager that it's really difficult. So I wanted to make the transition as easily as I possibly could on my son. Plus the idea of it's hard enough to buy a house. Like I had all of my shop was outside of the home at that point. I had an office space and a place for all my inventory to live and a place to make my content and all that kind of stuff. And I knew I would have to get that space again because I didn't want that in the house. And that just felt like too much. I was like, you know what? We're gonna have a giant closing sale. We are going to ship all the extra stuff to my amazing consignment shops, and we're just gonna start fresh. And it was awesome at first, like for sure. Like I was able to not worry about customer service, not worry about shipping anything out, and I was able to fully concentrate on the move. And that was really necessary at the time. And I'm very, very glad that we did that. And then when we moved, I was able to run around town with my kid, just get acquainted with the area, start kind of meeting people, and just getting him set up in school so I could always be the point person to go to school events and things like that. And it's great. Um, but it was really weird existing online whilst not having a shop because I was almost like, what am I doing? Why am I here? And why does anyone want to follow me? And of course, I lost a ton of followers. Like, I don't really care about the numbers anymore because, like, I get it. Like, if you followed me to see cute cat pins and stickers and stationery and stuff, like, that's amazing and I love you for it. But if I'm like posting outfit videos and like house projects, like kind of not the same thing. So I totally get that. But I was having this weird kind of like, I want to be creative. I'm a creative person. Where where do I get that outlet? Because part of it is, I was channeling a lot of it into house. I was trying to do a lot of house projects. Those are very expensive. The cost of wood right now. Can we please? But so there's a limit to that. And just kind of finding my place in the online sphere because I like following all my friends. I love supporting small businesses. I needed something a little bit more concrete. And I started thinking about how much I missed having my like regular meetups with my artist friends. And that's where the name came from, because I would meet someone at a show and we'd go out to brunch, and then my husband would be like, "Oh, who are you meeting up with?" Like, "Oh, it's, my friend Lauren. She's my artist friend. She makes candles. We're going to go for lunch." And I just miss sitting down with creative people and talking shop, because I still have a lot of knowledge in my head about running a store and running a creative business. I just don't do it full time anymore. And yeah, I was just kind of missing that creative connection. And especially seeing right now how difficult it is for small businesses, especially solopreneur creative businesses. Like, it's tough out here, y'all. I keep seeing so many people closing their shops, and it just breaks my heart, because I want to see the weird stuff. Like, I want to see your personality. I want to see the stuff that makes you laugh, that you want to draw, and then that I can relate to and then wear on my body. Like, I want to see people's personalities and perspectives. And the more small businesses close, the more artists stop doing that, putting out work, the less, I don't know, individuality we see in the world. And I don't want a monoculture. I don't want everyone wearing the same thing and listening to the same thing. And like, it's so boring. So boring. And anything I can do to help support the creative community, I am here for. So that's kind of where I thought maybe I could do a podcast. I don't know, like maybe I could talk to other small businesses and get them in front of people that they might not have, you know, gotten in front of before. Very eloquent way to put it. But that was one of the reasons my shop really grew in the beginning, at least in the beginning of like the big pin boom of the early 20 teens, mid 20 teens, I guess, was because I had a pin club and I collaborated with different artists every single month. And I did that for years. And so I was able to get in front of another audience of a creator who was similar to me, but we might not have a lot of overlap. So their audience would get to see me and what I was all about. And then my audience would get to see them, what they were all about. And it was this really great, I don't know how to put it, just this really nice symbiotic growth for the pin designs. And I think that really did help to grow my business, was getting in front of so many different kinds of people. And I loved being able to work with other artists, because everyone has a different perspective. And it was just really fun to meet people and see how they worked and collaborate. And then there were things that exist in the world now because of reaching out and talking to someone new. So I thought that would be fun for the podcast. Like, you get to know the person behind the artwork that you already love, like that person that you're following because you think their drawings are cute, their accessories are cute, their shirts are cute, but maybe you don't know about the two really great dogs they have. You don't know what they're watching. And I think it's really good to create community and really humanize the other people on the other side of the phone. I love getting to know people, and you have more of a connection with the artist that way. Because when you're scrolling through, it's not just, oh, that's cute. That's cute. I just heard them talking about this big cross country move that they made for this reason. And I know that if I spend my money with them, it's going to go to, a woman owned business or something like that. So I thought it would be a really good way to connect customers with the people behind the stuff they're buying, because there are so many giant corporations and so many bootlegs out there. Lord, I know we're going to have conversations about bootlegs on this podcast. It's hard out here. And, I just thought getting to know the people behind the accounts and the art and the shops would be really fun. And I want to bring those people to you. Like, there are so many podcasts out there for small businesses that are just business centric, and that's great. There are some, they serve a purpose, they are helpful, but I was just really tired of like looking through podcasts to listen to, and they were all just like, anything about creativity was like, oh, here are the 5 things you need to do for your business to succeed in 2025. It's like, do these things to grow your creative business and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I know there are like 4 things I should have been doing for the past 5 years to grow my business or get more followers on Instagram. And it's like, there's only so much we can do. It's one person running business. I can't listen to a new podcast every single week telling me something that I need to do and implement right now, or else my business is going to fail. Like, get out of here with that. There's a time and a place. And right now is neither the time nor the place for me. Like, I just want to hear from creative people. I want to know what they're up to. I want to know what they're reading. I want them to tell me about their cats. Like, this is what I want to hear. This is the kind of conversations that you have, like, at a brunch after you meet someone at a craft show the weekend before. It's Monday after a busy Renegade craft show, and then you met someone that you tabled right next to, and you go, you know what? Let's go out for tacos tomorrow because I need to decompress. And then you get to know them more as people and hang out and commiserate, and those are kind of the vibes that I'm going for. I hope this makes sense. But I think you get it. You get it. You get what I'm going for. So, what to expect from this podcast? I already had a couple of interviews. They were so good. Like, I cannot express to you, like, I want these to be good for the artists that I talk to, and for the other creatives that are listening, and for the customers who might be listening who want to hear about their favorite artist. But to be honest, this is for me. It really just filled my cup the other day to talk to these amazing folks about life and creativity and how they started and their motivations and their inspirations. And it was just so wonderful. Just for me. If you want to know why I really started it, it's purely selfish. But anyway, I am hoping to have interviews with different creative people every week for you. And don't know if I'm going to start on Mondays. They'll probably jump around. I'll see how quickly I can get things edited. I think that's going to be my biggest challenge. The chatting is no problem. It's the post-production that I think I'll struggle with a little bit. But hopefully I will have weekly chats with different artists. I have a bunch of folks lined up now so I can chat like this week and then not have to bother anybody during the holiday season. I picked a very challenging time of year to start a podcast and bother small businesses like, hey guys, don't you want to take time out of your busy Christmas season to talk with me? But oh my gosh, so many amazing people did, and I just cannot thank them enough. It's just mind-boggling. It feels crazy to have so much support, and I cannot thank you enough to my first guest. So they're going to be probably around 30, 45 minutes. We'll see. I am a yapper, so we'll see how long the conversations go. But yeah, we're gonna chat about life. I'm gonna introduce you to my artist friends, and then they'll be your artist friends. And I'm really excited to bring a weekly podcast, just supporting different businesses and small businesses. And I just think it's so necessary. I want to build a community and just learn about people, the people behind the creation. Yeah, we're not Amazon, we're not cranking stuff out constantly. We're not copying other ideas. We have unique perspectives, and we're just people behind the art. So I want you to know the people. So that being said, I do have a Patreon that I've set up for the podcast. This is really just to help me recoup the kind of monthly costs for the recording software, the hosting stuff, the websites, things like that. Honestly, if I only make enough to do that, that's fine. That's all I need. But there are a few different tiers. I'm still messing with it. Honestly, it's just vibes right now. I don't even know how to do some of the stuff on Patreon. So just be patient with me. This is it's like Kevin in the office when he's like chopping on broccoli. It's like, this is a new food for me. This is a new thing for me. So I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate everyone who has encouraged me to do this. It felt like a crazy idea, and it had been a long time since I kind of put myself out there on the internet or with a new creative endeavor project. And like, I truly just want to do this for the community, for the art community on Instagram. So still getting things set up. You could go to beckyhelms.com if you want to look around and see the stuff that I have not yet put up there. I'm working on it. If you go to, I think it's patreon.com/BeckyHelms. And you can always find me on Instagram at the Becky Helms. That's really the best place to find the most up-to-date information. Because I am kind of a hot mess and putting this together last minute, but I appreciate you coming along for the ride. I'm an Enneagram 3 perfectionist overthinker. So this is growth for me. Admitting that I don't know what I'm doing. And I am figuring it out as I go. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to get it out there on 11/11. Yeah, let me tell you, actually, for the last year, I have been seeing 11/11 and 222, 333, all of these repeating kind of angel numbers. So much so that when I went to rent a car in Austin, we went back to visit family. The total for the car rental was 333, and the woman checking me out had an 11/11 tattoo. I swear, it was wild. So I kept seeing 11/11 everywhere, and a lot of times I would be thinking about this idea, and then I'd look down and see 11/11. So it feels like if you want to get a little woo-woo, maybe someone, the universe is trying to tell me. If anything, it got me to, actually do something and not just ruminate on the idea forever and ever and let it pass me by. So that's why I'm launching it on 11/11. So I appreciate everyone who has signed up to chat during this busy time. Thank you to anyone who has listened this far. I really hope that you like this podcast, and I cannot wait to get these conversations out to you and introduce you to my artist. Yay! All right, thank you. See you next week.